About our Father's business,
Crime mode,
filled with His Holy Spirit.
that's a cheat code.
Holiness the standard.
We never fold.
We about to make a scene.
Episode.
About our Father's business.
Yo.
What's good with it, man?
We is back. Episode 21. I still ain't got the Spanish. I've been slacking on my Espanol.
21.
We ain't talking about savage, and we ain't savage. He started this watch part. I'm tripping. Yeah, but episode 21, we back, man.
21. I can't help it, man.
His brother. Yeah, we are back in the building, episode 21.
Yes, sir.
Evening, Ronald Jackson. He say evening, fellas. Good to see you, brother.
What's going on?
Appreciate everybody being in the land of the living. I'm glad God has been with you. Viente dos. Thank you, brother. I thank for 21. Viente dos. Yeah.
21. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to start it off.
Hey, man. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you why I'm being goofy, man. Look. Whoever thought between the two of us, man, when we started this off, this is 21 straight weeks, bro. Yeah. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Like 21 straight weeks of us being faithful and coming on and,
yes, sir.
You know, with the content. And even when it didn't seem like people don't know when it during the week, like you got something, I ain't got nothing. And then God give us something like the day of or the night before. Yeah. And we just get on here and have enough time, you know, a fun time. So 21.
God is good. We are good. And Rob,
what's good?
Yeah.
What's good, brother? What's good, brother?
What's good, world, is me and my bro collab project.
Yes, sir.
Has been sent off for mastering.
Yeah.
From our guest, our brother, our good friend. No, you know, shout out to Larry Rogers, but we talking about Kyrie Montero. He was on here dropping.
Larry Rogers is our brother and friend too. That is our brother and friend too, as well.
But yeah, he dropped them gems 2 weeks ago on episode 19. Yeah. And yeah, so I'm excited about that. That's what's good for me, man. I can't wait for the world to hear what we've come up with, what God has given us to share with the world, man. What's good with you, C?
What's good with me is that hat you got on your head. They about to get Boston up out of here. I am not a Boston fan, and for the Boston fans, I am sorry. That is what's good for me. Because, hey, Tyler Hero, he is a problem, brother. Now, we're going to say that for the sports segment, but that brother is a problem. He is a problem. He ain't a John Morant problem, but he close, brother. He's close. No hate. No hate.
I had a Heat hat on last week.
Yep. Still got one on this week.
And I still got one on today, this week.
Yeah,
and I didn't just go buy these hats. This ain't no bandwagon stuff. It wasn't for outfits. You know what I mean? But yeah.
None of that. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. We're gonna start off with the face segment. A lot of things going on in America, and we gonna get into it. All right, we got two things for the face segment, but we want to start first of all with how do we deal with the Breyonna Taylor verdict as Black believers? As you can see, me and Rob are both African-American believers, Black, as you want to call it. We ain't literally Black, we brown, but we bear that culture. We are part of that culture, and something very instrumental happened yesterday. There was a verdict that came down, and basically all the cops got off for what happened with the them going into Miss Breyonna Taylor's house and with the no-knock warrant going in, and she got executed or she got murdered or she got killed, depending on whatever angle you look at. However you look at it, the sister is not with us today, and another Black person is not on this earth. This is it's a sad thing, but at the same time, man, there's lots of sides. Right?
There is.
Go ahead, Rob.
So, you know, and listening to and reading a couple of articles on this whole Breyonna Taylor thing, it's so many angles that you can look at it from. And one of the interesting angles that I heard today that I watched, you and me both watched this, was a black gentleman, saying, yes, Breyonna Taylor was a victim, but she wasn't an innocent victim, meaning her prior relationship with the drug dealer that caused her house to be raided. And it was a bunch of stuff that they went in there. But when it's all said and done, man, it still don't justify the fact this young lady is not with us anymore. Correct. I don't, and we paint the narrative and they write the stories about it. And we said this about George Floyd, man. We've been on so long that all this stuff didn't happen since we've been on the air doing not the same podcast. We didn't this is number 4 now. Yep. If not 5, that's been publicly broadcast. I think number 5. But it's not going to happen. And in this article, it went on to talk about why the police won't be charged. Yeah. The fact that a shot was fired at them first get justified why they fired back, and everything that they botched during this raid. It's unfortunate, man. And it's a disservice. And that's how I put it. And I don't care how you do need to watch who you hang with. And that stuff can follow you even when you're trying to better your life. Correct. But she didn't deserve to die. She should still be here. Yeah. You know what I mean? So go ahead, C.
Number 1, obviously, nobody deserves to die. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that young lady didn't deserve to die. These points that was brought out by Mr. Jason Whitlock, he's a divisive sports guy. And, some will either call him to the stream or Uncle Tom or whatever. There were some great points in that video, and as well from the New York Times article. New York Times article that I shared with Rob is not the gospel. Nobody knows what really happened in that room, right? Yeah. As I pray for everybody that's been victimized, I pray that she had a relationship with Jesus Christ. I pray that she got that right. And the things that I think that we can look at from this is that there's a system in place, and whether we like it or not, it's in place, right? And there's certain things that create latitude to do things that are wrong. And number 1, a lot of times people are getting off no matter what the system is. But that shot opened the door. But who wouldn't shoot if somebody busts in their house? Like if you didn't know it was police, right? Like Rob, I know you're a concealed carry brother, right? You able to, you got a licensed weapon. If somebody busts a door in your house, black out. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be thinking about it. You trying to protect your wife and your kids. So it's a natural reaction. Right. But that natural reaction opened the door to where they can, once that happened, you knew they have a way to get out. Now, here's the part I wanted to bring out about that. Something that I think about. And me and you, I don't know if we talked about it loosely. I talked with my little brother, MKJ. We talked about this loosely. Is she got awarded $12 million. The family did, right? And I wonder, I think I sent it to you too. I wonder, was that a low-key plea bargain? I don't know, right? But the family got awarded $12 million by the city of Louisville.
Quick.
Right? Yeah, quick. Real quick. And as me doing a couple of little investigation, this happens, Yeah. There's been people of other races that got similar amounts or even more for these type of things. So this does happen. There's precedence for it. But the thing is that is crazy to me is like, yo, when I saw that in my mind, I was like, bro, they ain't finna go to jail. But that's me. That's me thinking. But the question that I ask as believers, how do we deal with that? We have to be very, very, very careful not to get bitter. This world, in a lot of ways, doesn't seem like it's set up for us in the natural, right? Right. But there's some things that could be superseded because we operate in the supernatural as believers. Any Christian operate in some level of the supernatural, right? And we see some of God's favor. And unfortunately, we got to use wisdom on this road. Like, I'm positive you got kids that drive and you got kids that's about to drive. You've told them what to do if they get pulled over. You know what I mean?
I know you're positive, brother.
No. I'm not positive about the kid. I know I'm positive about the kids, one, and I'm also positive. I'm
some of them driving. Yeah.
I also am driving, some I'm gonna drive, and you had to have that conversation. And that's a reality that some people of color have to deal with. And it's sad. And I'm not of great faith that it's gonna change quickly. It's a tragedy. And although I know she got that money, I still think they should have been charged. My wife put on here hush money. You know what I'm saying? Like, although she got the money, I still think they should have been charged, because at the end of the day, we're not the ones that's supposed to be able to show restraint. We're not the ones that paid to show restraint. Cops are. They're supposed to be trained in those situations. Now, I'm not hating cops. I don't got nothing against cops. But what I'm saying, in those situations when there's a raid, and let's say, for example, I don't know how many cops it was. I'm just throw out a number. 4 cops. 4 of them got guns. 1 man got a gun, right? How do we de-escalate? That's where the training need to be. You know what I'm saying? How can it be de-escalated where it's not looking like, yo, I'm just coming in for a straight murder. You know what I mean? No matter, because the laws, you can angle it where, okay, when that man shot that shot, that was an exit for them to get up out of there. But they still need to be held accountable. And then, I found out the judge, there was a brother. But because of the laws that's already been set up
in place,
he can't supersede the laws just because he's a judge, right?
Right.
Because he's held to those laws. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna wrap it up on that because we ain't got much time for the other question. It's a tragedy, and I would like for these people to be held accountable. But also, black people, brothers and sisters, don't go tear up the city, because the narrative is that's what they want you to do. And I ain't talking about white people. The powers that be, though, want you to tear up the city. Will you do what people expect you to do? Or will we be something of higher knowledge and be like, you know what, I ain't tearing up nothing? Because our real power is in voting. Census, like my wife got on here the other day talking about that census. Real power that gets money to these areas that need to be fixed. That's where the power's at. And we got to be educated in that area to be able to do that. I got to educate myself. I got to get better at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, and I know we're running short on time on this topic, and it's big, but
I think we're just not gonna get to the next one, man. We're gonna pass that next topic. Go ahead, brother.
All right, that's fine. We can get to it next week. I think the biggest thing is when people say voting, the only thing we tripping off of is the presidency, and we got a video that we're gonna play later on that kind of breaks it down. And this brother, he did it in a very creative way. Yes, and it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Yes. We'll play that video a little later. But as far as a black believer and being upset, we get upset because the internet is here, man. And the very same things that we get killed for, we see videos of other ethnic of white people, of Hispanic people. It doesn't matter. Anybody outside of black, straight disrespecting cops. I'm talking about smacking the guns out their hands, walking away, cursing them out, throwing their license on the ground, and nothing's done. Yeah, the cop is apologizing. We walk away. We don't come back. You know what I'm saying? We walk away now, and then this is where this lie comes out. See, y'all, Christianity is a white man's faith. I can debunk that lie off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Like real quick, but that's a whole different topic. It's not about that. Right. But the media evoke fear and hate. And the bottom line is the powers that be, and the people that are in place. Does racism exist? Of course. Thanks. I got to deal with that crap almost every day. Even some of the people that work for me, under me, above me, I know they don't rock outside their race, but they tolerate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I can't let that make me bitter, and then I'm running around this mug with a chip on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And as a believer, I'm gonna stand on the word. I'm not gonna play the fool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying because what do you do when you feel helpless that you just lay down? I'm gonna just pray. You know, praying is always great, but that's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Change and action. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Faith without works is dead. Amen. And sorry, bro.
Hold up. Hey.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to move on, brother. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no. Right. We know what it is. You ain't even gotta say that. Me and you know what it is.
We already know what it is. So, but in summary, we got to do stuff the right way. We got to get up there in this legal system and do some things and vote. So we're gonna play this song by an artist named Yellow Pain. I'm gonna be honest, I know nothing about this artist. I know this song, so I'm not telling you go listen to everything else. I don't know what else this brother do, but this one song,
listen,
is on point, and it's very, I love to say this word, apropos to what's going on right now in this nation and in this country.
Later you gonna mess up a word like jurisdiction, but you can say apropos.
Hey, brother, you're saying too much. You're doing too much, brother. You're doing too much, bro.
Hey, folks, listen to the lyrics. Hear what this man is saying. It is on point, especially with the voting and what it is that we trip off of. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it.
Enough electoral votes, more than 270, more than enough to become the 44th president of the United States. He will be the first African-American president of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all nights. You see business in my city? Yeah, they closed all them twice. I was just riding down Salem, all them damn potholes. I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Don't nobody care about us. And that's why I don't vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. And everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it all on my own. Ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the mayor's name. I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave a ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just want to keep us broke, cause they ain't putting none in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough. Let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't want to see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws. They just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch. Yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do. Okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't want to tell you this, they want you to focus on the president. Now the 3rd branch is the judicial, that's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon ain't had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we blame the judge and not the city when they let her get voted in, cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back, grocery store food better, custody of your kids back, homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the U.S., we gotta start with them 2 letters, me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. See, they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the pros.
Every time you stay home, someone is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.
Yeah, so that brother had a powerful song right there. Like I said, I know nothing else about what he does, and I'm not stamping what he does, but that song right there,
yeah,
as Miss Dana Ariola told me she had me to spell out apropos. That song right there is very apropos to what's going on right now. And I spelt it, and I also looked it up. Yeah. So yeah, man, like voting is very important, man. I've been signed up to vote. I went for years without voting. Because I thought literally it don't matter. What's going to happen. And I ain't really been voting on them 2-year joints the way he was talking about. No. And I got to get better with it. We got to learn because, you know, they say knowledge is power. That is more than just a cool statement. That is a fact. Knowledge is power. You know what I mean? What up, AT? What up, Ari? Ari Tooks, what up, brother? You ain't seen you in a minute. We going to put that brother on punishment. I might have to block him since he ain't been here. Let's get CHA segment. So Rob has a statement. Or do I have a statement? One of us got a statement.
I got a statement.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
So KB did an online experience. And it's more of a statement question. Could this be a game changer? If you don't know what I'm talking about, KB, I think, had a 3-night online experience. You had to buy tickets, and his concert was online. Yeah. From the feedback that I'm getting I wasn't able to attend any of them.
I heard it was fire, though. Fire.
Super fire. So from what I understand, the videographer, the angles was right. Yeah. Some of the stuff during the show was edited. And I mean, it was just done in excellence. But one of the things KB said is that he's trying to get CHH from the mindset of that one person blocking the doorway for everybody behind him to get through. So it's like, nah, just me and my family eating, and they gotta if you think about the clubs back in the day, for those who used to club, you got to bounce at the door like this, and he ain't letting nobody in who ain't supposed to be in there. And that's what KB is saying. Certain artists get to a certain point, and then they block the door from anybody else to eat. And he's trying to change that narrative of CHH. So again, do you feel like that's a game changer as far as his 3-night experience for a concert?
The concert, it's a game changer. What he's talking about is more of a game changer to me, right? Okay. He also did an interview recently with the guy Ruslan, does also a podcast, a very good podcast as well on CHH. And he was speaking on the same thing, talking about he don't want it to be no longer this one person in my family holding the blocking the door for other people to get in, you know, because the reality is it can be very, very discouraging as an artist when you see, you know, a few people that's achieving, and then you look at yourself and you be like, man, how can I even get there? I may know this guy or know that guy, but I ain't cool enough for them to even put me on the song. I can't even pay them to put them on the song, put me on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And what he was speaking about on that, and we know who the guy he's talking about. He just left the label with the guy, but he's being politically correct. He's a very smart, educated brother. And he was speaking of, you know, it shouldn't be like that. We should all be able to win, because in the kingdom, it shouldn't be just one winning. But one thing I got from Mr. KB, I watched this video. I mean, I didn't see the virtual concert, but I did see the interview with Ruslan. And one thing I got for that, you got to be educated and you got to understand what he's doing. That brother there particularly has like 4 businesses, right? And when it came time for him to renegotiate with Reach Records, he was at a place of power. When he came out, he had no power. So, you know, they can have his masters, and which I think is garbage in music industry as a whole, that somebody else can own your masters of something that you created. You know what I'm saying? Just because they initially invested in you, they can hold your masters against you. I think that is pure D trash, right? And that's probably why I could never sign with nobody for real, because how you gonna have control and profit off of what I created? That's garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the same podcast, a business that me and you own. What if somebody came along and be like, yo, I put in $5, now I own everything about this podcast? Number one, the devil is a lie. And number 2, that's some trash. But that's how it goes in the music industry, right? And he was speaking on the things about us having ownership, you know, as artists as well as people of color, like we should have ownership, owning a home. Like, you know, you recently got a home. You got a nice, beautiful new home. That is a great level up. A lot of people don't get to that point. We rent forever. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also, but in the CHA space, maybe we can own the label and actually do fair deals. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fair deals for others. You know, me and you talked about a million times. Maybe we should do this. You know what I'm saying? Right. And my thing, what would always stop me is like, I want to do something fair for people. You know what I mean? But let me say this though about the KB thing. I'm grateful for him. He's one of my favorite artists. I ain't got a lot of favorite artists. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, I don't hate nobody. I like a lot of people. It's very few I say one of my favorites. He's one of my favorites. He's one of the people that I hear a song and I want to go right. Not a lot of people make me do that. There's a lot of people be like, man, that joint was dope. Ain't a lot of people make me like, okay, I'm finna go right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I appreciate his strong lean into holiness in the Bible. You know, you hear that man talk, he's supposed to be preaching. You know it. Because he can't just talk and not oratate, as they say. He can't talk and not sound like he preaching. You want to, you know, you want to pass the offering bucket every time that brother talk. So, like, what I appreciate is that when he had his deal, and you know what he spoke about in there is like he just didn't re-up the deal. He said it wasn't no bad blood. I ain't re-up a deal. It wasn't good for me. Right. And that brother literally leveled up. He didn't move down. He went higher. He's with Sony. He said his deal is catered to look. I got my masters, and they paying me for all my entities. Because you know he got like his own little podcast. He got like his own t-shirt company. He got a lot of things. Like that brother, he said, I've heard him say before, he owned all his production. And what I mean by that, when he set up a show, all the props, all the smoke, all his. You know what I mean? So that brother had the right mind for that. And he did. Salute to him, man. Go ahead, bro. So I can see it on you. Before I go, I want to shout out our brother Noah. He got baptized. He said he been doing well since the baptism, been on the right path again. Glad to have time to tune in. Appreciate you tuning in again, brother. Yeah, good to hear from you. Go ahead, brother.
Congrats on that, man, for rededication, man. As far as what KB did, it was a game changer. And this goes for the music business. The reason why we kind of stick on CHH, because I've had people ask me, how come y'all don't talk about, you know, music as a whole? And sometimes we do. But the one thing that a lot of people don't know about CHH, first of all, a lot of people don't even know CHH exists. They're like, what is CHH? CHH is Christian hip hop. For those or viewers who don't know what the acronym
That's
of
what
CHH
we mean
is.
when we say that. Right.
Yeah. So the whole time he was with Reach, he took the time to learn. He looked. He didn't stop. But as opposed to just jumping on the wave and ride that wave until the wheels fall off, the whole time he was purchasing these things. He was purchasing his own production. He was getting his own tour bus because he was making moves, because he was planning to level up. When you want to level up, no matter where you are, always learn. Like me, like even with this podcast, you know, we always trying to learn and level up and do some stuff. When we first started, we didn't have these
no
backdrops. It was no banner. I had my clock that said Davis behind me. Go back and look at episode 1 through like 6.
Papa Davis was getting on your head about it too, boy.
Hey, look, my old dude got on my head because the clock behind me wasn't moving. Like, bro, if you're gonna have our name in that joint, you better put some batteries in that clock. So my point is, shout out to my old dude, man.
Yes, salute to him.
So my point is, you level up no matter what you're doing. If you at work, look for ways to level up. He has multiple streams of income. C, people don't know it, but C has a company called 4 Streams. So you want multiple streams of income so that you can bring in something. So if one dry up, you have something else. But more than anything, you want to own that. That's yours. So that's the part that KB's talking about. In the regular, quote unquote, secular industry, the number one thing that everybody can agree on, they can be beefing, they can have battle on wax, but when it comes to that bread, they getting together and don't nothing else matter but making that money, chasing that bag.
Correct.
And CHH is supposed to be one body, many members, and it's like one artist and me and my partners. Ain't nobody else getting through this door.
Yeah.
And we have a backwards concept. And I'm just trying to give y'all for those who don't know, CHH has a backwards concept of seeing somebody else win. And it's almost like, and I'm not dogging CHH, I love it. But what I'm saying is the mentality coming up, it's just like everybody almost have hidden motives.
Mm-hmm.
See, the motive in secular is money.
Right.
The motive in CHH sometimes become, you only want me on because you're trying to get on so you can go up, or I don't want you to take my fans, but it's enough for all of us to eat. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite movies is Paid in Full.
Yeah.
We all gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? That's what A used to always say, everybody eats.
Yeah.
And that's the type of concept that KB is saying. He want everybody to eat off the plate, you know?
And you know, the thing, one of the points you said was, you know, in the regular industry, all of it's regular industry, be for real. A lot of Christian labels are owned by secular labels. So let's
Facts.
Put that out there, number one.
Facts.
But number two is in the Christian industry, a lot of times, like you were saying, like in the regular industry, you know, they'll get together over the common denominator of money, right? Yeah. In the Christian industry, it almost looks shameful to say you want to make money. Okay. They talked about this too on this podcast, and I say this a lot, right? The church where you go to that feeds you, right? If they got lights, they got screens, they got things that's on, they're able to take your tithes. If they're able to take your tithes digitally and stuff like that, as much as it's a church and its main mission, it is still a business. You know what I'm saying?
People don't like to hear that, though. People don't want to hear that, though.
They still got to do the books, right?
Yeah.
They still got to pay the light bill. You know, they ain't getting these light bill leniencies just because they praise the Lord. It's still operated as a business. And as artists, it's still a for-profit business. Listen, I love Jesus, and the only reason I rap primarily is to see souls get saved. But I have a business license to make money. You dig what I'm saying? Now, I don't gotta quit my job. I don't think me or Rob have any intentions of quitting our job. But we have property, intellectual property out here, songs. Me and Rob both have songs. We're gonna have a project together that's releasing soon that are songs that we intend to make a profit off of because we spent money to go to the studio. But our content of our intellectual property is uplifting and praising Jesus. But putting that CD together, getting it on getting it on iTunes and Spotify through DistroKid or Catapult or whoever you want to use, CD baby, there's a fee. You dig what I'm saying? For us to do this podcast, we had to get mics. Rob, I already had the mic, luckily. I had to buy another one. Rob had to buy a mic. Those banners ain't free back there.
Right.
This shirt I'm wearing ain't free. You know, well, it was kind of free, but it took money to make it. My sis hooked me up. But you know what I'm saying? These things cost money. So sometimes in the Christian industry, it gets so, you know, even in the early days of Lecrae, it ain't about the money, it ain't about the fame, but boy, them honorariums, it'd be about 2K. You know what I'm saying? And he was not wrong for charging that because there would be a great crowd that comes in because they knew that man. And that can happen with us. And, you know, me and Rob ain't getting a lot of 2K shows, but we've been paid as well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because it's honoring the anointing that God has on you. So it's not a curse word as a Christian to be concerned about the money of something you're doing that's operating in business, including your church, because you best believe it. Just because they don't talk about it from the pulpit, they concerned about them dollars back there. They may not be looking at it like, oh, we got to get the tithes up. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, they leveling out the budget. You know what I'm saying? They got to have a budget to pay people on staff. You got a budget to take care of the pastor. You got a budget to take care of, maybe they need a new parking lot because the church is growing. They got to have the budget. And some people sow into that. But then they also have donors. They have partners. There's things like that. It is literally a business. Yeah. It is literally a business. And I know that sounds so evil. Whole ministry can never be business. If your ministry going to be effective, you better run it like a business.
Hey, let me tell y'all something.
I'm just saying.
For every artist that hears us talking, don't go into the industry blind thinking, oh, it's gonna be ministry and it's gonna be okay.
Be a fool if you want to.
Hey, you better use some wisdom.
And look, all that Holy Ghost zeal that you get as a my bad to cut you off, bro. As a new believer, nothing wrong with it. But you're moving into a workplace, so to speak.
Yeah.
And a lot of people may not be like me and Rob got jobs, but we dealing with people that may not have no job. This is the only way they're eating. So they gonna be serious about that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's their livelihood for the back and forth. But
yeah,
I'm excited for this KB new album. I think out of all the songs that I've heard, there's only one that didn't really. I was like,
I ain't like that little boy.
Yeah, the little boy one. That was the one. But 10K, Armies,
I really like the Armies.
All them joints is on my workout playlist, and when they come on, trust me, it give me that extra when I'm on that second mile trying to get to 2 miles. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I think it is a game changer on both ways. I think it's a game changer because he put it on himself.
Yeah.
He got behind it. What I'm looking at for game changer, the marketing behind it. Like I got an email off the bat, like interest the next 3 days. He didn't just do it for one night. It was a 3-night event.
Yeah.
And how it was done in excellence, even though I didn't see the actual show. And our homegirl Tarcia Renee is actually, she told me, because she did go to one of the events, you know, via virtual. She told me how good it was, and you know how KB is like, look, I'm trying to be a father to my sons and my daughter, and a husband for my wife, and an example, and you know, trying to live these things and live it out. You know what I'm saying? It was the excellence that caught my eye behind all of it.
Right.
And we talk about it all the time as an artist. Integrity talked about it last week about having your business in order.
Yeah.
Petty D talked about it. K-Drama talked about it. D-Mob talked about it. Like all of our guests who are music, in my opinion, the legends, the OGs of Christian hip hop, they all talked about making sure your stuff is done in excellence.
Yeah.
You know, D-Mob got the good clothing line. My man just dropped a new clothing line, and the stuff looked fire. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think, but it's done in excellence. He went and got a photographer. His advertising is dope. Limited quantity. So what I'm telling y'all is, get your business up. You know what I mean? Step your excellence up. If you spend that extra money. If you only got money for just that one song, then put all your coins in that one song that's gonna make it. That's what what's that was on your last album? Our white brother. What's his name? He was on your last album.
Roy Tosh?
Roy
Tosh. Yeah, he's doing well. Doing very well.
Hey, Roy Tosh put all his money and his eggs in the basket behind the song that he gonna push. Our brother Murray that came on.
Yeah.
Pushing a song. You know, you find that one single and you push it and you push it and you push it. My man Uncle Reese, Pass Out. That man performed that song. Yeah,
3 years.
Hey, till he passed out. But guess what? He rode that wave. he rode that wave. So that's the one thing I take, and why I feel like the KB thing is a game changer on what he's trying to do for the genre, for other artists that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? And other artists who are already in. So salute to that brother, man. For real.
Salute to KB, man. He's a trendsetter for our Christian hip hop culture. Like Rob said earlier, we don't always talk about secular because I'm gonna tell you one reason we don't always talk about secular rappers. We're not secular rappers. So, we are who we are. We talk about and there's more fans of Christian hip hop than people know, and then there's less fans of Christian hip hop than people know. So, it's a very loud vocal minority. It's like when you see a hive on Twitter, it sounds like it's thousands of people, and it really be like 250 or something like that. But CHH is a giant, and I want it to grow. I love it. I've been man. Somebody that write for Rapzilla just randomly posted. He said, "Man, there's an album I got from you 15 years ago." I said, "Lord Jesus," and he was talking about, "Man, this one song still slap." 15 years ago, bro. And I thank God for longevity. I thank God for being alive. I just recently had a birthday. I thank God for keep living, man. But this thing don't have to die. You know, I wanted to keep growing, and honestly, it's at the best point I've ever been. I got to do this.
Hold up. Hey.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to pause right there. We're gonna move on to the next point. Matter of fact, we're gonna go to a video. But remember that, man, we gotta do everything in excellence. We say that a lot on a whole bunch of shows. You know what I'm saying? But excellence is very important. But do the best you can while you can. You know, because it takes some time. And speaking of excellence, we got a new song by a brother of ours. Me and Rob both met this guy, a brother named Jay Kales. I think he's a Louisiana native, if I'm right. But
cool brother.
Cool brother. Let me set all this up while we setting this up. But this is a new single he got. I think it's called Thank You. I know it's called Thank You. I'm talking like I think it's called. No, it's really called Thank You. So we're gonna play this video by our brother in just 1 second. Shout out to Miss House, shout out to Miss Mac for being on. Appreciate y'all watching. Staying with us. Y'all been faithful for a long time. We really appreciate y'all.
Taylor, I see you. Thank you for tuning back in. Ma, I see you.
Mama. As Rob say.
Mama.
Here we go. This dude crazy. JKL's watching now. Yeah, bro. We got you, bro. I gotta stop until I'm thankful. For let me live to see another day. All the blessings you about to bring my way. Yeah. Until I'm thankful. I gotta stop until I'm thankful. I gotta stop until I'm thankful. I gotta stop until I'm thankful.
For waking me up this morning, not letting me die in my sleep. Putting food on my table, yeah, I got plenty of meat. My family good, we living life to the fullest. Ain't lacking nothing, my God, cause you be the truest. Cause you the truth and never gonna lie. You said if I asked that you would supply. In spite of a drought, my crops getting watered. Yeah, blessings flowing like water. For teaching me patience and how to be a good father. For giving me wisdom while raising my son and my daughter. For protecting me when I was pulled over by the police. Everybody can't say that, but I know that you did it for me. In the midst of a pandemic, me and my wife be straight. We were down for a minute, but now we're great. For giving me great examples on how to man up. Many don't have that. I know I'm blessed, yep. Many things you done, I'm grateful to you. That's why I take this time to stop and thank you. When I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking, I gotta stop until I'm thankful. I gotta thank it. Let me live to see another day. All the blessings you about to bring my way. Yeah. Until I'm thankful. I gotta stop until I'm thankful. I gotta stop until I'm thankful. I gotta stop until I'm thankful.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Every morning that I wake, I gotta go and get it. What I started for your kingdom is our part of business. Thank you, God, that never see me fall because you risen. Man, life is sweeter than Zach and Cody. J. Kels, yeah, that is my brody. Thank God, yeah, you killed the old me. Never tried to buy, but you ain't sold me. God, I'm honored. It's a blessing that
you know that guy gotta be young. He said Zach and Cody, boy. I ain't heard that in a minute.
You don't need me, but you use me. I'm so lost, but God, I'm grateful. I'm just 20 at the moment. I know a lot would have
been. There it is.
He just said it, right.
For the team. It's just us against the world. Give me the ball, game shot on me. Yeah, let me pick up and pick up and pick up and kill it. God, you the light, you the way, you the realest. Yeah, you the
Nick Cannon. Bring him back.
Wow, did it. And my guy, he different. The game be the misfits. Let's go.
Wake up in the morning, that's dope. He put the youngin' on there though. Oh yeah, I appreciate that for real. Until I'm thankful, I gotta stop. Until I'm thankful, yeah. That was our brother Jay Kels.
Yeah.
His wife shout us out.
Man. Yeah.
She say, "My hubby." That's right. Gotta have them wives. Know what I'm saying? So yeah. So hold on. Let me get this straight, and then it's time for Miss Mac's absolutely favorite segment.
Sports segment.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
All right.
No, wait. Okay. All right. Just make it.
Hold on, before we move on. Our brother J. Kels, our homie AT, the scribe, say this is fire. So he's saluting you, big bro.
Yeah. Shout out for putting the little homie on too, the youngin' on, man. Yeah. Like a lot of folks don't do that. And yeah, that's cool, man. I give him confidence and wanting to move forward. So that's what's up.
Respect. So Rob, I got some questions for you, brother. I already know you. I know what answer. Thank you, Miss Mac, for staying. Thank you. See, the Lord do it to you every week.
Yeah.
She started laughing. Said, I'm gonna stay. All right. The question number one. We ain't even on basketball yet. So there was a Cowboy game this past weekend, right?
Yes, sir.
Went down to literally just about the last second. So the question is, was that a Cowboys win or a Falcons choke?
Them boys did it, man. By default, I gotta say that. Hey, let me tell you something. By default, I gotta say them boys did it because if I go back,
you got Dallas, some Cowboy fans in your fan. Oh yeah, I forgot your folks in Dallas. My bad. So I can say it for you. Look, bro. Falcons, Atlanta Falcons. I love Atlanta. It's a nice city. I don't want to stay there though. I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't gonna say that. Me and my wife. I tell you this off camera, but bad things happen to people when you move to Atlanta. Just go visit. Don't stay down there. I'm just leave it there. Just don't move down there.
Man, the A ain't bad. The A ain't bad.
No, the A is fine. I'm just telling you.
The traffic horrible, but the A ain't bad.
Hey, listen to C. Mike.
Keep it pushing.
What they say on Jalen now? Keep it moving. Okay, we're gonna keep moving, bro. But check this out. So listen, man. The Cowboys won it. Look, they won it. But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm not a Cowboy fan. Plenty of people are, right? They going crazy in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? J. Kels, how about them Cowboys? Miss Dinah, how about them Cowgirls? AT the scribe, is it ever a Cowboy win? I'm gonna describe what happened in the game. So, Cowboys was down. It's about 2 minutes left. They get a touchdown. What they down? They down
17?
2.
Was it 15,
but
17 points?
Listen. So they get within 2, right? Because they don't go to overtime. So they get within 2, and it's down to the last play, one of the last few plays of the game, and they kick an onside kick. If you don't watch football, onside kick, normally they kick it about 60 yards and they can run it back. Onside kick, they have to kick it at least 10 yards. So normally they kick it almost 10 yards, and then the players that's on offense that's kicking away, they can run and get it if the defense mess around and touch it too quick or something like that, right? Basically, it's a trick for them to get the ball back quicker. So they kick it a weird way. They put the ball on the ground sideways. They don't even put it on the pin, and they kick it and it's spinning. It's spinning like when you do a spinning quarter, right?
Right. At
least 7 Atlanta players are surrounded around by it like they watching a cipher or something. You know what I'm saying? And they sitting there watching it, right? They sitting there watching it, and all they got to do is pick up the ball, and the game is over. Now, I don't hate the Cowboys. I'm gonna keep it 100. I actually like the Rams. I shouldn't like the Rams. They left St. Louis. But that was the first team I really ended up liking because I never liked Tennessee because it's a long story. I'm from Memphis, and they kind of played us and blah, 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 blah. They're doing good now. Salute to them. But go Rams for me. But check this out. So they standing around looking at the ball spinning, and when it gets to 10, the offense can go jump on it. So they watching it. It's get to 10. They still looking at the cipher. They looking at it like it's a pretty lady or a handsome man. They looking like, they looking like that, right? And then the Cowboys, man, just walk up and just land on it. ATL, what is you doing? What is you doing? You could have won the game. But the Cowboys won. Look, they say Cowboys is America's team. I get it. They had the luck of the Irish, and they ain't Irish. That day, brother, they stole a win from the depths of defeat. And the Falcons stole a defeat from the depths of a win. They should have had a win. And I'm going to do it to myself. They did it, man. Like that is crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Well, they 0-2 now, man. And Matt Ryan be having these games where he putting up mad yards and his passing yards, and you
remember what happened in the Super Bowl a couple years ago when they was beating the mess out the Patriots?
Yeah.
And then Tom Brady, everybody said was okay back at one. What's wrong? Look, man, somebody got to get fired. Heads got to roll. That's the problem. But salute to the Cowboys. They got their win.
Yeah, they what, 1-1 now, I think.
Yeah,
I think they 1-1 now. Yeah, because they lost the opener.
D. Winder said that's what they say. Go Bears. That's right. Bears 2-0. Salute to the Bears.
Hey, she is diehard Bears fan, man. Yeah, salute to the Bears. We gonna see as the season keep going, man. This NFL season, hey, that boy Russell Wilson is trying to show everybody. I don't care if Mahomes got to have a bill. I don't care if Prescott getting ready to get paid. Look. This is what I do. And that game, that Sunday night game between
that was
Cam,
an awesome game.
That was a playoff game, like,
bruh.
Cam, I've never seen Cam look that good in the pocket. And Cam about to be a problem.
One word, and it ain't the other one word we joke about. Belichick. Belichick.
Hey, Cam put it. But I will say this. Belichick didn't call the right play, or the offensive coordinator didn't call the right play on that last play for Cam because
they should have won.
Play action.
Yeah, man.
All they had to do was play action.
Everybody in the arena knew, and the arena was empty. They knew Cam was get the ball. Yeah. So that's when you trick them. Let the defense come. Then you had a little guy sneak behind you, toss it right over.
Yeah,
they did it earlier in the game.
Yeah, either outlet screen or a play action pass because you know it's going to Cam. It's money time. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, in NFL, man, I'm telling you, it's been exciting. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's and this season going to be crazy.
And it's not, it's not even so bad. The fans not there. You know what I mean? Like they do the right angles, except when they do that wide shot. But other than that, it's pretty cool. Let's see. Miss Max says Russell Wilson. I know who that is. I'm doing good today.
That's your husband.
Hey, you got to give it to Miss Mac. It's always good. Women that know sports. It's crazy. Me and my wife always talk about this. One sport that a lot of women know about is football. And my wife always say, man in tights. That's the reason. You don't get it. Man in tights.
I get it.
Right. That's why a lot of women like football. That ain't the only reason. There's a lot of women like sports. I'm joking. So we gonna keep it moving. I need that keep it moving. But that's why he's looking at me like, keep it moving. So, next question, brother. I know you got the answer to this, and I know what your answer is, but I'm just going to ask the question. Are the Heat going to the finals?
Oh, for sure.
My answer. They're going.
For sure.
I'm sorry.
Now,
go ahead, brother.
As a fan, I will tell you this.
Yep.
I won't be surprised if they lose the next game.
They might.
You know what I'm saying? But because Tyler Hero, I look at it like this. Sometimes rookies have a big game and they come in the next game and be a little bit.
Hold on, pause. D. Winder says we like basketball too. Go carry on.
Tyler Hero, man, I hope he don't get that rookie syndrome when it was like, yo, I had the most points, and then he get out there and just start chucking anything up. But who said what, man?
I'm tripping in the chat. Miss Max said, I get it, me too. And when I have to watch it. Anyway, go ahead.
So I do think I wouldn't be surprised if Boston comes back and wins another one.
Yeah.
But the only way the Heat will lose if we have an injury.
That's right.
Because they play as a complete team. And what people fail to realize, teams beat superstars every shot. If you don't believe me, the Mavericks, when the Mavericks beat the Heat.
Yep, the superstar team.
Yeah. The Mavericks was a team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it worked. Look at the Spurs. They were a team. Yeah, they had Tim Duncan, the best power forward probably of all time.
Yes.
But they were a team. They played team concept basketball, and team beats talent any day. I'm telling you.
Spurs went to the playoffs 20 years in a row. Never had real superstars. I mean, the biggest superstar is Duncan and the Admiral.
And Kawhi.
But Kawhi was baby. He was baby superstar then. You know what I mean? Yeah. So teams win. My opinion, My opinion for the for the Heat, are they going to the finals? They going. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they're going to the finals. They had a rookie that scored like 39 last night. That wouldn't have started a team. No. You know what I mean? They had like 5 people over double figures because what you said is a literal team. Next question. So Jamal Murray, there ain't even a question. This is a statement. Jamal Murray is a problem. He is a problem. Now look, I know there's millions of Lakers fans. They remind me of Cowboys fans. They everywhere, right?
Oh, no doubt.
People love the Lakers. They love the Lakers.
Ain't the Lakers, it's LeBron. You better not say nothing about LeBron.
You either got LeBron. They almost like the Beehive out here. Watch it now. Watch it. Wanna watch it. You know what I mean?
LeBron fans like Beyonce fans. You better not say nothing about LeBron.
Nothing. I ain't saying nothing about neither one of them. But I'm gonna talk about these Lakers.
We'll talk about
Look,
How about the Lakers?
My opinion, Lakers gonna win this, right? But it ain't gonna be easy because Jamal Murray is a problem. Big Jokic is a problem. Horace Grant kid, I believe, is a problem as well. But Jamal Murray is literally a problem. And Michael Porter Jr., you know, he's very good now. That brother gets some handles, he gonna be a lot better. But he'll chucker.
He's a problem when he's hit.
That's not true. A problem. He don't do a lot else. But he'll learn it. Remember, he's basically like a rookie. You know, he ain't played. This is his first year for real. Even though it's not his first year in the league, right? Because he was hurt. But my prediction, I think the Lakers gonna win. I think it's gonna be Lakers Heat in the championship, and I'm calling it, brother. Heat Nation. I'm calling it. I'm sorry, Laker fans. I'm sorry. But I understand there's nobody that can hold AD on there. Oh, this boy cut out. He'll come back.
No, I didn't. I didn't cut out. I muted it.
Oh, okay. Man, stop cussing the kids out, man. I'm kidding. Only on Sunday. But nah. I think it's going to be Lakers and it's going to be Heat. And I think the Heat going to upset. It's going to mess up the whole NBA landscape. And everybody going to say it's the worst championship ever because the Lakers didn't win. But the Heat is a team, a real team, and they got a dog on there named Jimmy Butler. Jimmy
Butler.
And beyond this, playoff Rondo is a real thing. But can he hold playoff Dragic? Dragic didn't hit the way back machine, boy. He came back to them Phoenix days. Hold on, what AT Squad say? Y'all know Adam Silver over there sweating if the Lakers don't win. Bron played for the ring and he dropped that. They sweating bullets. He said he dropped that payola. But they sweating bullets because what they really scared of, what they really don't want to see. I love to see it, but what they really don't want to see is a Denver Heat championship. They don't want to see that.
No, but here's the difference between then and now. We're in a bubble. So being in a bubble, a Denver Heat championship won't be as bad as it was if they were still traveling from city to city. Who said what, man?
Look on the screen.
You talk that sis.
Django Butler.
Django Butler. That boy looking like Django out there. Play with him if you want to. Jimmy out there gooning cats. Like, he goon Giannis.
Oh yeah.
Man, sit your big tail down. That ain't what he said. I'm just giving you the G version.
So see, Michael, I'm voting. I say the Heat gonna win in the championship. Rob, I already know who Rob voting for. Last but not least, before we get up out of here, baseball standings. American League leading. Tampa Bay Rays still winning in the American League. American League East 37-20. American League Central is the Twins, Minnesota Twins. And the Athletics is leading in the West.
Oakland.
Oaktown. The National League, which is where the Cardinals are.
Yes.
National League East, the Braves are winning 34-22. In the Central, the Cubs is leading 32-25. And right behind them is your St. Louis Cardinals, yours and mine.
Yeah, we're in the wild card spot.
They'll be in the wild card. Let the Lord use you. We got to keep praying for them. And then the West is the Dodgers.
Yeah.
That's about all we got for baseball. That's we want the Cardinals to win.
No doubt.
Baseball too long. Dinah say it's too long. I know.
You
it's
ain't
too
never
long.
lied.
She ain't lying.
You ain't never. I've been to a game before.
Yep. So with that being said, we thank y'all for watching Not the Same Podcast. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to literally stop at 7 o'clock on the dot. We ain't in the drop top, but we're going to wrap it up.
Y'all, hey, I don't advocate gambling. Y'all better get a lottery ticket. It's the first time. So I'm Robert Dean.
I'm T. Michael. And this has been
Not the Same Podcast.
And we out.
About our Father's business.
Crime mode.
Filled with this Holy Spirit.